Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode. Today, we're diving into what it really costs for a family of 4 to live comfortably across 5 different states in the US. The cost of living discrepancy across this country is, frankly, ludicrous. We're talking about wildly different realities for families, depending on where they choose to settle down. Here we will discuss the income necessary for 2 working adults with 2 children to maintain a comfortable lifestyle in each state. Comfortable is defined as the income needed to cover a 50-30-20 budget, with 50% allocated to necessities like housing and utilities, 30% to discretionary spending, and 20% to savings or investments. So buckle up as we embark on a whirlwind tour of affordability, or lack thereof, across the United States. First up, we're heading to the land of clam chowder. Harvard University and cripplingly high housing costs, Massachusetts. Now Massachusetts, you're a beautiful state, you really are. You've got history, you've got culture, you've got more Dunkin' Donuts than one could ever need. But let's be honest, you're also the state equivalent of that friend who insists on ordering the most expensive thing on the menu and then conveniently forgets their wallet when the bill arrives. We're looking at you, Boston, the city of revolutionary history and revolutionary rent prices. Seriously, finding affordable housing in Massachusetts is about as likely as finding a sober Ben Affleck at a Dunkin' Donuts. And it's not just housing, folks. Healthcare in Massachusetts will also set you back a pretty penny, because apparently, staying alive and well in the Bay State is a luxury only the privileged can afford. To live comfortable in Massachusetts, it will cost you $301,184. But hey, at least you can drown your sorrows in overpriced craft beer while complaining about the exorbitant cost of utilities, right? Next, we're jetting off to the Aloha State, where the beaches are pristine, the waves are epic, and the cost of living is enough to induce a full-blown panic attack. Look, I get it, Hawaii. You're basically a tropical paradise. You've got volcanoes, you've got pineapples, you've got more breathtaking sunsets than a Nicholas Sparks movie marathon, but you've also got grocery bills that would make even the wealthiest tech mogul weep into their organic kale smoothies. Want a gallon of milk in Hawaii? Be prepared to remortgage your house. Thinking about buying a pineapple in the actual pineapple capital of the world? You better start saving now, because that tropical delight is going to cost you the equivalent of a week's worth of groceries on the mainland. And don't even get me started on the utility bills. Apparently, harnessing the power of the sun and wind is remarkably expensive. Who knew? To live comfortable in Hawaii, it will cost you $294,611. So yeah, Hawaii, you're beautiful, but you're also the financial equivalent of dating someone way out of your league. Now, let's take a stroll down to Connecticut, the Constitution state that seems to have a constitutional right to high property taxes. Look, I'm not saying Connecticut is a bad place to live, it's got its charms, I'm sure. There are probably some lovely antique stores and quaint little towns where everyone knows your name. But there's also a reason why so many people choose to live in Connecticut and work in New York. And that reason, my friends, is because Connecticut has somehow mastered the art of being almost as expensive as New York, without any of the redeeming qualities of, actually being New York City. Sure, the houses might be bigger, the streets might be cleaner, and the pace of life might be slower. But all of that comes at a cost that, frankly, most of us can't afford. But hey, at least you can tell everyone at your next dinner party that you live in Connecticut, right? To live comfortable in Connecticut, it will cost you $279,885. Just try not to mention the part where you're one unexpected car repair away from declaring bankruptcy. Now, for a change of pace, let's head down south to Mississippi. A state that's often overlooked, sometimes misunderstood, but surprisingly affordable. Yes, you heard that right, affordable. I know, I'm surprised too. Mississippi, the state known for its blues music, its southern hospitality, and its, complicated history, also happens to be a haven for those seeking refuge from the outrageous cost of living plaguing other parts of the country. We're talking about housing costs that won't make you want to weep into your grits, grocery bills that won't break the bank, and utility bills that are more likely to elicit a shrug than a scream. Now, I'm not saying Mississippi is perfect. It's got its share of challenges, just like anywhere else. But if you're looking for a place where you can actually afford to live, breathe, and maybe even treat yourself to a catfish dinner every now and then, Mississippi might just be the place for you. To live comfortable in Mississippi, it will cost you $177,798. Finally, let's wrap things up in Arkansas, a state known for its stunning natural beauty, its friendly people, and its surprisingly low cost of living. That's right, folks, Arkansas, the natural state. where the Ozarks meet the Mississippi River and where your dollar seems to stretch a whole lot further than it does in those fancy coastal cities. We're talking about property prices that won't require you to win the lottery, grocery bills that won't send you into a tailspin, and utility bills that are more likely to elicit a gentle nod of approval than a gasp of horror. Now I know what you're thinking. Arkansas, really? But hear me out. Arkansas has a lot to offer. Think stunning mountains, pristine lakes, and more hiking trails than you can shake a stick at. Plus, you've got the added bonus of being able to afford to actually enjoy all that natural beauty. You could buy a charming little house with a porch swing, maybe even a backyard big enough for a barbecue pit. And you wouldn't have to be a millionaire to do it. So, if you're tired of the rat race, tired of the exorbitant cost of living, and tired of feeling like you're constantly one paycheck away from disaster, maybe it's time to head to Arkansas, where the living is easy, the people are friendly, and the cost of living won't send you running for the hills. To live comfortable in Arkansas, it will cost you $180,794. So there you have it, a glimpse into the wildly different realities of living costs across the US. If you like what you see, please leave a comment. Also, don't forget to like, share, and follow.